Hello and welcome to the Gadgets and Gizmos show. I'm Siddhartha Sharma and we are in the sun-kissed state of Goa. And we'll tell you why we are here. But before that, let's take a look at the lineup. On the show this week, we get you a review of the latest tablet from the house of HP. But first up is the review of the all-new Moto G. Alright, that was the lineup on the show, and last week we gave you a preview of the all-new Moto G, and this week we get you a full-blown review on the show. So let's dive straight into that. Motorola phones were very fancy when they were here. We all loved the Moto Razr, and the droids were just brilliant. And then the company just went on a vacation for some time. But it came back with a bang in 2014. Meet the Motorola Moto G, a smartphone that made so many tech companies go weak in their knees. When it was showcased in Brazil in 2013, it did make a buzz. And when they decided to come to India, they didn't expect the kind of response they got. It was huge. So does the Moto G live up to the hype? By the looks of it, Moto G has it all. Vibrant, curvy, matty and a good display. It's a bit thick and weighs over 140 grams. The front panel is dominated by a 4.5-inch 720 into 1280 pixel IPS LCD screen, which is good. Very good, because it works out 329 pixels per inches. For the screen size it has, the display comes out better than most high-end smartphones as well. The primary camera on the Moto G is a 5-megapixel snapper that is capable of HD video recording. The images come out crisp and really good in sufficient light. But not much can be said about the images in low light, because they are noisy and grainy. But you can always download Snapseed, which will help you add a bit of retouch to the images of Moto G. That's about the only bad point on this smartphone. All the rest is good. The processor on the Moto G is a 1.2 GHz quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor with Adreno 305 graphics and 1 GB of RAM, making it quick, responsive and a good device for multitasking. Onboard storage versions are 8 GB and 16 GB variants. The battery is a non-removable 2070 mAh one and it easily lasts you an entire day. And yes, it now runs on the latest Android 4.4 KitKat operating system. Moto G is a dual SIM smartphone and it delivers on almost every front barring the camera. And the price on it is just killer. You can get your hands on an 8 GB version for just Rs 12,449. And a 16 GB variant will cost you Rs 13,999. And with the features that it has, plus the pricing, Motorola just went for the kill when it comes to a sub 15,000 rupees smartphone. And yes, Moto G is highly recommended by us, simply because it's one of the best smartphones to come out in a budget range. Alright, Moto G is not the only pocket-friendly option that we've got for you on the show this week. There's also a pocket-sized camera which Nikon says is the smallest point-and-shoot camera. It's called the Nikon S02, and up next, Aakanksha Shahi gets you a review.
There's not a lot of love for ultra-compact point-and-shoots these days, but for those of you who have love in your heart and in your pocket for a small camera, Nikon has one it would like to sell you. Meet the all-new Nikon S02, which Nikon says is the smallest point-and-shoot camera in the world. By the looks of it, the camera is very compact and sleek, and the design is very minimalistic with just 3 buttons on the body. The screen is about 3.1 inches wide. The camera is extremely light because it has an inbuilt battery. So you have to charge your camera via a USB cord, and it also has a inbuilt memory of around 8 GB. So again, you transfer your pictures via a USB cord. So the touchscreen is responsive, but there's still a lot of scope for improvement, and some of the icons are extremely small, so you end up, touching the wrong one or pressing the wrong button. While Nikon is known to make unnecessarily complicated menu, in this one it's done away with all the convolution. It has come up with one foolproof button, and it couldn't have been more straightforward. It is extremely user-friendly, and you can take pictures with the greatest ease. So now the camera may be easy to use, but the battery life may disappoint you. It gives you an average of about 200 shots. So now let's talk about the quality of pictures. So I saw the details of the pictures taken by the camera, and they're just about average. Center of the pictures are aligned, but on the edges it's a little softer. The quality of the video recorded in 1080p is just about decent. You can't use the optical zoom, but you can use the digital zoom in it. So being a point and shoot camera, it is as simple as it comes. It has absolutely no image settings. You can't set the ISO or the white balance in the camera, so you're relying heavily on the auto settings of the camera to get it right. Nikon offers you a lot of inbuilt image effects such as monochrome, sepia, high key and low key. So Nikon S02 is stylish and easy to use, and the compact size makes it ideal for snapping while out and about. In essence, it's a sleek take on a point and shoot camera. It's a shame that the touchscreen isn't up to the mark, and the picture quality is just about decent and no better than a smartphone. At a price tag of Rs 8,500, I would give it a miss and invest it in a smartphone instead.
Alright, Moto G, check. World's smallest point and shoot camera from Nikon, check. And we've got another mini in the house. It's called the Micromax Turbo Mini, and Vani Aggarwal up next gets you a review.
The first thing that came into my mind when I held this phone in my hand was that this phone is extremely light. Micromax, as far as design is concerned, has not reinvented it. There's a metallic back to it and a white frontal panel, 3 capacitive buttons in the bottom, which actually glow really bright in the dark. Talking about the display, the Canvas Turbo Mini has a 4.7-inch display. The colors are vibrant, although it's not a full HD phone. There are a lot of problems with the display, like it's got a highly reflective surface and it can be very difficult to be used in sunlight. Canvas Turbo Mini runs on Android Jelly Bean operating system and not a KitKat, which is the latest offered by the Google. It runs on 1.3 GHz of quad-core processor, 1 GB of internal RAM and 4 GB of internal storage. For connectivity purposes, it offers you Bluetooth, GPS and Wi-Fi. Well, Micromax has managed to pack in a lot in a budget smartphone, which surely tells us that it's become a master of making budget smartphones. Talking about the camera on the Canvas Turbo Mini, the camera is an 8 megapixel camera. The pictures taken on a normal light situation were all right, but when it came to low light situations, the images became extremely noisy. The flash is like a big burst of light. It can actually spoil a picture, and the macro shots had a problem in focusing. What I like about it is the gesture, the auto gesture here. It makes you click a photograph with a wave of a hand. The user interface on this phone has a white theme to it, which can be a very big drawback because you cannot change it. It doesn't even turn transparent. What I like although about this phone is the fact that it has a one key lock option in the lock settings, which can actually enable you to lock the phone very easily in the quick settings option. Canvas Turbo Mini has a battery which is a 1800 milliampere lithium-ion battery. it can actually be a problem because it doesn't run for even half a day. It also has a problem in its unibody design, because if you want to switch to another battery once you're running out of your battery, it's not possible. When it was launched in the market, Canvas Turbo Mini was priced around 15,000 rupees. Well, with the advent of Moto G in the market and making it big in the budget phone scenario, Micromax has actually slashed its rates to 12,990 rupees. In a nutshell, Canvas Turbo Mini is a phone that has a decent line of specs. The camera cannot be sworn by, although the brownie points are scored by the fact that it is extremely lightweight. Now, with a rate of 12,990, will it be able to flourish in the market? Well, it's very difficult to say now that the Moto G is here to stay.
Alright, a lot of mini smartphones and cameras on the show, and now it's time to tell you the reason why we are here in Goa, so let's find out. Haier, a brand that is known for home appliances in India, completed 10 years of being here. And in a fancy conference came up with 70 new products for the Indian market. But what intrigued us the most was the 84-inch 4K LED TV. It was huge, trendy, and sets up a tone for 4K TVs in India.
We've had 10 years of success actually. This has been a very successful period for us, especially the last 3 years. Today we've launched a unique eye-age products which have been inspired by the internet era. We've launched 71 products today, and I think the strength of all these products is the unique features that they have. If you look at the refrigerator that we've launched, it's got inbuilt sensors, different temperature zones, touch. At the touch, the door would open. You look at our 4K LED and LED that we've launched, or the NZP washing machine, which with the Crystal series, or the Wi-Fi air conditioner. I think one of our strengths is that we innovate and we bring in products that are there for the Indian consumer, and that's been Haier's strategy over the last couple of years. And you'll keep seeing us bringing in products, innovative products for the Indian consumer in the coming years as well.
And maybe after 10 years of being in India, they're all set to diversify. Alright, it's time for a very short break on the show, but you don't go anywhere because there's a lot more action coming your way on the other side.